Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I will share with you how I created two different projects using the cute gift box. And I created this in two styles because the first time I didn't know how it was supposed to be looking, I think, and the second time I had actually gotten a picture of how it was supposed to be put together from Erica. She was so kind and sent that one to me, and I think actually my first one and the second one really turned out nicely. The papers I'm using for my project today comes from the Dear Lizzie's Day Colorful collection. I have used this collection throughout this month, so you will probably see some more videos with this collection. So I cut all of the pieces. For my first project I only used pattern paper that is a little bit less of a weight. I will come back to that. You can see now I'm just stacking all of those circles because that will fit a straw, and that will be our closing mechanism at the bottom piece. You can see it here. It actually has some indentations, and I found that the smaller straws works with this one. If you have larger ones, like I'm sharing here on screen, they will not work, so it has to be the perfect size. I actually had some in gold, which made me very happy when I looked through my stash. I think they were leftovers and New Year's or something like that. Getting back to the type of paper that I used, I think it was so much easier to use the pattern papers that was a little bit less weight. So this first one was easier to create than the second one that I created that was a really heavy 100-pound cardstock. So that is my suggestion: use less of a weight. You can always decorate with more paper to make it sturdy, but it's hard to crease and get those lines to be perfect if it's too heavy. So with that said, you will see that my first box will probably be the cutest and the best put together one. I will do it, I think, off camera once more with the other one and see the other technique and how I put it together and see which one I actually like the best. So you will see here I'm just creasing all of those score lines and also the perforated ones. For my first attempt I glued this straight, one panel at a time, to the hexagon. I think it's on hexagon, right? Down, and then I will attach my side. This was a miss. I would not do this if I didn't do it for my second project. I wouldn't do this again, even though I have the less of a weight paper, because it was a little bit tricky to get it to be exactly lined up with the bottom when I did it this way. And I also forgot that I wanted to take this to the bottom. Of course, it's always something, right, when you are creating. So then we have it like this. I would leave the last flap open and just attach it at the end when you had all of this already attached to the bottom. So that part I would do the same if I would do this again. So I'm just going around making sure that that really attaches, and we have our box pretty much soon finished. And then I just took a straw and put it into the middle. Sorry about the camera's focusing here. And this was the first one that I created with the technique before I had watched Erica's, and I think this looks quite nice. It's like a flower. I really love it as well. And then I can just remove the straw and the box will come undone, and you can put some goodies inside. You just have to be careful so the straw is in when you are starting to create. And then we have our second project. This one is with a heavier paper. It's really sturdy. It would have been, as I've said and talked about previously, I would have done it in pattern papers, but I thought it would be so cute to decorate this one with all of those papers that I cut. So yeah, but right about here I realized how much work this would be. And this was a smart thing to do, to attach them before trying to fix them together in top of them. And you can see mine isn't perfect aligned, and that also has to do with that I cut one too small and I had to cut another one. So of course there's something wrong all the time when you are creating, and those lines really has to be, or sorry, not the lines, they really have to be the perfect size, otherwise you can't close it. It will be too far apart. And also really important to crease your lines really heavily before doing this, because otherwise it will not close as well. So now I'm taking those beautiful pieces that I cut off camera and just decorating the box all around. I think this turned out so nicely. You can see I ripped my box here a little bit, but it's okay. I will cover it up, and you can always have some more glue there, so it really is isn't that visible for the recipient. I love this pattern paper together with the blue. I think it's turned out really cute. And it will take me a second here to just attach all of these. And there is somewhere around here that I got my picture from Erica, and I realized that, oh, you can do it another way. And that probably would work a little bit better with this box. So you will see it here in a second. And it's nice that you can use it in many ways, I think. It's not that big of a difference, by the way. I just wanted to point that out. You can do whatever. It closes nicely which way you do it, but it has a little bit of a different look, and the pattern paper will get more or less shown off. So you can see now I'm taking this one, increasing it the other way instead, really pinching those. Since I had it the other way, it wasn't the most beautiful, but this was a trial and error project. And I think it's nice that you get to see that not all projects are like sunshine all the time. But you can see here, I think, and I also put a stopper up there just to have something to fold down on. I think that worked out nicely. So you can see now the gold is really showing off, and it's another feel to this box. I think it's very beautiful. And this is the first one I created. You can see it's more like a flower or something. And the other one is more stylish. You can see that we are showing off different parts of the box. But as I said, mine wasn't perfect. I had to crease it again to get up. But now you can see that they are going up or down depending on the way you are folding it. This really looks like a flower. So cute. Love it. And this one is going down. You can see there's two looks, and you can decide which one you want to create. You can, with this set, get both looks. Then for the straw, I really wanted to decorate it. So in this release there is this beautiful flower doily, and I cut it out, and I also off camera, it was a leftover from the last release that I created, this Western Rosette Rose that I never ended up using on a project that month. So I used it, I saved it and used it for today. I backed a sentiment from the new sewing words with some vellum and some gold on top to match my straw and my papers, and then I just took a foam square and pressed it on top of the straw. So sweet! I love it! I think it turned out so cute! Hope you also like this one. You can always do another one to the back, but I think this was quite effectful. I also wanted to share that you can decorate the sides, of course. I don't decorate much when I'm creating. I think it's nice if the pattern papers are speaking, and I'm a little bit more conservative when it comes to decorations. It's also nice, I think, as a viewer, not always to get a finished project, that you can get your mind to wander a little bit. So I will just decorate one side, and yeah, then I will save the other ones. You might not be needing to decorate them all, I think. By the way, this key is so cute. Here's my finished flowers, by the way, and the side I decided to be the front is also now decorated with flowers. The key I want to talk about a little bit because it comes from the Keys and Locks set. Amazing. It I think 4 keys and 3 locks. You can use them in so many ways. I just had it here because I thought it was cute, and this box could come undone with that key. Was my mindset for this one. For my last project, I cut that doily once more, but from a larger size, and I cut the centerpiece out of the same pattern paper as I used for the box itself. I created some more flowers. You can see how cute they are, and I just had them here and nothing to the center. And for the top of this, I had this beautiful Celebrate. I know it's gold and silver, and I'm not a huge fan of that, but I thought it was cute. I had it here on my desk laying from a different project that I created, so I think I just wanted to reuse it for this one. And here you go, you can see our 2 boxes. Sorry about that, it just came undone. So here they are side by side. I think they turned out super cute with the 2 different layouts and designs. I hope you got inspired. I will have links down below for you if you like to check out these products that I used in this video. I also have my coupon code that will give you 10% off your next purchase from Scrap Diva. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you soon. Bye!